Hello and welcome to Atunbi Africa Originals. Today we're going to be learning how to make earrings with newspaper. All right, so we folded our newspaper earlier on. You can watch an earlier video on how to do that. Now we move straight to the earrings. So you centralize the newspaper after you've already glued the fabric. You've added glue to the fabric, centralize, and then you fold over the fabric over the newspaper to make sure that you have a clean cover tip. Now you'll see that I'm going under the newspaper to fold the fabric again so that we can have a well covered paper and also neat. You fold over the fabric under the newspaper, then we start to cover. We're going to cover, add a bit of glue, and keep covering the newspaper till we get to the end. All right? Make sure that the fabric always overlaps so that you don't have any newspaper showing. Okay? There we go. Covering. If you notice, I'm actually turning the newspaper a little bit to make it easier for myself. All right, and this is what we're going to keep doing till we get to the very end of the newspaper. Imagine beautiful way to create wealth using waste. At Atunbi Africa, nothing ever goes to waste. One way or the other, we're going to use it. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and join us in this journey of creativity using waste products. All right, there we go. So we'll keep turning and covering each part of the newspaper. Don't forget to add your glue. This is important because it makes sure that it stays firm and it lasts forever, basically. Okay, so there we go. We keep rolling till we get to the very end. And when we get to the end, we're going to do what we did at the beginning. You centralize the newspaper in the middle of the fabric. Okay? All right, then open up the fabric, put the newspaper in the center. I'm adding a little bit of glue there because that tab part of the newspaper is a little thin. All right, so once that is done, cover it up and we fold again. There's a lot of folding ongoing here. Fold the fabric, fold the newspaper. At the end of the day, we have a very beautiful product. Okay, all right then. So because we have a bit of excess fabric, we're going to snip it off. There we go. And then fold that edge. Don't forget, fold the edge. So we have a clean, neat product. All right. Okay, so fold it. Make sure it's neat, it's tight. There we go. All done. Now we have both tubes all wrapped up. And then we go to the next stage, which is to flatten the tube. All right. Okay. So folding it a little bit in there. And then we're going to roll. Roll, keep rolling. This is how we flatten this earring. You roll it up first of all to flatten it up. And then, yeah. Okay, you unroll. And then you add your glue. make sure that you glue every part of it very thoroughly. Okay? Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? It is beautiful, if I do say so myself. Yes. Okay? All right. There we go. All done. And then we move on to the next. So we roll, keep rolling till we get to the end. Okay. So we roll once again. Oops, daisy. Okay. And now we have two sets of earrings. We're going to use the stud for this one. Okay. You'll notice there are three pieces there. So we have an earring and a pendant, all made from newspaper and scrap fabric. Okay, so we're going to put the stud on with our glue gun. Now, if you don't have a glue gun, you can just get the candle glue and, use your lighter to melt the glue. Okay, you'll see that's firmly done, and we move on to the next one. Okay, there we go. And we are done. So there you have it. Newspaper earrings with a pendant. Doesn't she look beautiful? Thank you for watching.